Hey everybody, welcome to the Pink Riot Comic Show. It's your girl Keisha, aka Hot Havoc, and I'm here with my amazingly, awesomely talented co-host Bree. How are you, babe?
Whew, child, it's been a day. It's been a day. It's been a week. It's been crazy. Work has been very workity schmirkety. So it has been affecting all of my me time, my reading time, all of the things. But the good thing about that is it's even more of a stark contrast about how excited I am to come kick it with the homies for Pink Riot and to see your beautiful face. Wait a minute. I love that we're giving I'm a mouse, duh, for Halloween.
Yeah, I'm a sexy mouse.
Period. How are you, boo?
I'm good. I'm good. Just trying to hang in there, trying to not pull my hair out, watching the news and stuff, and seeing everything that is currently happening in the world.
Yeah.
I feel like there is every which way you turn, there's something happening between like the hurricane and like SNAP benefits. I don't even want to think about what's going to happen in the next 48 hours right now. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, just trying not to think of the end.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. It's like it's spooky season, but is it really scarier than real life right now?
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I've been thinking. I'm like, because like we were having this conversation in the car a few days ago about dystopian societies and utopian societies, and they were like, all right, well, what is the actual definition of dystopian society? I'm like, for real, the only difference between what we're experiencing and right now is that a dystopian world is fictional. Like, if we were to take the fictional element out of it, we are currently living in a dystopian society, and it is horrific to like accept that.
Yeah. What's even more horrific is like the aspects of it that people are refusing to acknowledge.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah, because it's like, wait, how would you classify what's happening right now? So you just literally have to like, yep, yep, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Just nod and smile. Because a lot,
Yeah.
like, listen, some of the people, yeah, the main people who I have encountered with that perspective are people who I can't freely tell them anything because it's not appropriate and I need my job.
Yes, very, very
Yeah.
true.
Outside of that, I'm like, you know what? F you and the horse you rode in on. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you something. But yeah, I guess, I guess I'm doing one thing it has pointed out is that I'm doing something of a good job of surrounding myself with smart people, people who have common sense, and people who have empathy. Because I haven't had
Yeah,
to have those types of conversations in my friend circle / family circle, my
that part.
immediate family circle,
Yeah.
I should say. So, so yeah, that silver lining, your girl's gonna find one. It's like that has been very illuminating to see. Like, okay, my bubble is legit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really blessed thing to have, to understand like everybody is in community and we all understand like this is what we need to do to be better, or at least
Yeah.
take care of each other.
Yes. Take care of each other. 100%. What's up, y'all? Yes, all of the Halloween vibes. Hey, Sheena. What up, Bama?
Mhm.
Hey, Jana. Happy Halloween Eve.
Hi guys.
Hey, LT. LT says, howdy, everybody. Y'all talking about my favorite parable novels by Sister Octavia Butler.
Basically.
Indirectly, yes.
Oh,
Indirectly. Yes, it be like that. But what's up, y'all? Welcome. We decided that we were going to keep things chill, but also semi celebratory of Halloween in the sense that we were going to talk a bit about our relation to horror and our introduction to horror, the type of horror we like to read. And then we brought each of us, like, put together a few comic slash graphic novels that sort of
Mm-hmm.
fit within the Halloween vibes as recommendations. And my list is cool or whatever, but the way that horror is really Keisha's bag, so I'm gassed to see her Rex. And so yeah.
Oh man, that's I'm a bit scared now.
Oh, stop that. Stop that.
Kira, what's
Lady
up?
Mandela! Wah! Shaking my boobs
Hey,
at you, girl.
hey.
Yeah, what up?
All
Jana
right,
says, I
so
am a spooky gal at heart. Okay, see, I'm not. I'm a fraidy cat. So your girl is new in this. Like, also, like, okay, let's talk about that elephant in the room. How do you? And I wanted to have this conversation specifically with you, Keisha, because I've been torn in the middle. What
mm-hmm.
are your feelings around the use of the word spooky? Because we know
Mm.
its origins and what's wrapped up in it, and
And
I feel like it's separated, very separated from that original thing, but it also kind of feels like a about using it, especially in certain circumstances. But it's what are your thoughts around that, like the source of a word, the origins of the word, the way that
mm-hmm.
it's been reclaimed for a totally different purpose? Does that make you feel like I shouldn't use it? Or what are your thoughts from a blurred library perspective?
See, I've never thought about that word specifically, but if we can go, so I know spooky is like a version of the word spook, and I know that that has some racial connotations, historical
Yeah,
connotations
yeah.
that are negative to Black folks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, However, the way I'm not even gonna say however, the way I grew up, I didn't grow up knowing about that word in that
Yeah,
context. So I would
yeah.
always see things that said spooky season.
Mm-hmm.
As an adult and the way white folks operate today, I don't know. It's one of those, it depends on who's using it for me,
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know?
Okay, that's
You
fair.
know, like, if I see a white person using that term, eh, I'm gonna
I
feel
will
some
say
kind of
that's
way.
tough too
Maybe,
because it's like a non-ally white person. Like the people, everybody in this chat are people that we can vouch for because we've seen your character, we've seen how you interact with us, and all that sort of thing. And I know that there's no negative intent. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But it's
yeah,
also
no, I know
like,
there's no negative intent, but
yeah,
and no, this is not towards you, Jenna. Like I
right.
guess
This
I'm
conversation
thinking
was going to
about,
happen before
yeah,
that. And I personally said it before you even said it, Jana. So don't feel away. This is just open
yeah,
conversation. Yeah, we're all good.
yeah. So like I don't know, because I grew up not knowing the definition of that word,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I see it in one way. So it doesn't bother me as much, but knowing what I know now, it just kind of like, okay,
Yeah,
choice. Like, cool, whatever.
that's fair. Roomful of Blurred says it has always felt very Caucasian, dot dot dot, and not in a funny way, haha way. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Bama agrees. Roomful of Blurred says makes me twist my face up a little, to be honest, and never knew why. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Oh, so yeah, I mean,
And
yeah,
got folks
they didn't teach
googling it.
us what a spook was
Right,
in context and how it was used.
100%.
in propaganda and stereotypes and stuff like that. So like they didn't teach us that. And I find that really frustrating that they don't teach like the historical context to a lot of words, because there's a lot of language we use that
Correct.
is derogatory to the Black community, but
Yeah.
it's like steeped in American culture,
Yeah. And
much like the violence.
I can't fault anyone who doesn't know the origins of
Yeah.
it, because it was
Yeah.
revealed to me later in life as well. And the way that I found out about it was I took a videography class like my senior year in high school, and there was like a reference to like the spook in the window or the spook in the door or whatever, like, and how that
LT just put that in the chat. The spook who
yeah,
sat by the door. Is that
yeah,
it?
yeah, that's it, exactly that. So that was referenced in that classroom, and I'll never forget my teacher, Mr. Bauer. He was like the coolest allied teacher you ever did have. And he like broke it down about, you know, where it came from and how you see elements of its effect in like horror films and whatever. And so that was my first introduction to it, and that was only because he's like that bibliophile / movie file. I forget what you call a movie lover person, but that's the only reason why I was exposed to it.
Yeah. Like this one, The Black Guy Dies First. I forget if spook is in here, but a lot of the what is the word? A lot of the language, a lot of those negative stereotypes that you see, especially with Black people in horror, it's like a good introductory course to like all of that in horror, in Black horror specifically.
Nice. Can you say the title and the author for?
It's The Black Guy Dies First: Black Horror Cinema from Fodder to Oscar by Dr. Robin R. Means Coleman and Mark H. Harris.
Period.
And it's like, and it's done in like a really accessible way. Like this is not like academic language. This is for not at all. This is not done using academic language. This is this very easy language to understand. It's a solid book.
Period.
Or you can watch the documentary Horror Noir, the one produced by Tanana Reeve Dew. Like that one's also really good.
Nice. LT says, wow, I never knew about the etymology of that word. Yeah, it's, you know, I feel like the older I get, the more and more I come across things like that. And it's just like, okay, let me file that away. Janice says, same LT, I'm just going to cross it off the list of words I use to talk about scary, creepy, frightening stuff. I feel that, Jana. It's one that it's still like I have to remind myself when to and not to use it for that reason. So yes, we're all in this together.
We're all in this
together. Yeah, LT said, dang, makes the spook who sat by the door hit different. Roomful of Blurred says, truly learning tonight. I always thought it was in reference to someone in the CIA. Okay, I would love to hear that origin. LT says, that makes me think about the word picnic, which I've heard has some shady history, but then I struggle to find a different word that encapsulates going out to a park and having a good time with food.
That's why we say barbecue.
Whether we're grilling or not.
Right.
Big
we
facts.
Just say barbecue, even though that kind of.
There you go. Jana said alfresco in plaid. LOL. I love that. Period. LT said it's got one of them academic titles though. Okay, I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Okay, Jana says, I just learned about grandfathering in as a verb like 2 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a new
CIA
one for me.
people are called spooks as well.
Okay, got you. Bam said, oh yeah, that's literally all of us right now. So this would be like a whole show in and of itself if we went down the list of all of those words and things. Like, don't get me started on like nursery rhymes and shit and the ice cream truck jingle. Like, it gets real crazy.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
so we've all agreed that we're only using cookouts. Everything is a cookout, whether you're cooking or not. Period.
That's what they say. You know, you're invited to the cookout, even though I think we inviting a little too many people. That's for a different show.
Y'all, oh my, okay. I'm glad that she said that. That's going to be a different show, because y'all have not heard Keisha go in until you have heard her take on this. And all I could do was sit back and smile, because not a lie was told, but it's a lie.
Look, I need people to understand that your girl is a radical at heart.
100%.
And I can't be saying everything I feel, but please know that there's always something.
Yeah. Yeah. These are facts. Oh man. Okay, so now that I guess that was one hell of an intro.
Right?
If you know this part, you're probably one of the riders, but you know, sometimes you just gotta bust these things out. You know, I thought that would be a good intro, and looking back, maybe that wasn't the best idea, but we got it out. Lots of okay. Jana says, also balls to the wall is a perfectly clean idiom. LT says, kind of a Halloween type of topic if you think about it. True, very true. Roomful of Blur says, bruh, cookouts are speakeasies now. And I support this 100%. Make it, it's all a speakeasy.
Rent parties.
Yes. Bama says, I'm still going to call my TikTok video spooky seasons, and because the other words I can use it, there's no other words I can use in its place, I guess. Well, you know, that's the beautiful thing about choice. You're allowed to do whatever you want to do with your videos, Bama. Don't get Keisha started. Okay, we're talking about horror and our introductions to it and the type of horror that we like to read. I feel like mine is going to be a very short go of it, so I'll start.
Mine's is fairly short too, because I didn't grow up. I didn't grow up watching horror or even liking it.
Yeah,
because I still am to a degree. I'm like, my mind is too vivid to even have that kind of imagery. I don't need extra. Like, I don't need more nightmare fuel.
Oh,
so
100%. Wait, okay, yes. Since we're doing that, what was the first like movie or horror-esque experience that made you go, yeah, that's not for me?
Oh, okay. So when I was little, it had to been like early elementary, under second grade maybe. My family, we went out to this haunted field type thing in New York. I don't remember exactly where it was, but I do know we were still in New York. And all I remember, we were like in this hay type thing, and we were in this, you know what I'm talking about, I think, right?
Like a haunted hayride.
Yeah. But the actors were able to climb in, like fully dressed and shit. And I remember,
this in second grade?
I was younger than that.
Who are you with?
But I remember family and like a couple kids. I remember from like our either after school program. It was something. All I remember is us booking it. Like, we all got off the thing and we were booking it up a fucking hill, and there was something chasing us.
I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it's funny because why were you doing that at such a young age?
I don't remember. I just remember saying, this is not it. I will never again. I never went to a haunted house after that. I never I never really
Kelsey said, bruh.
intentionally watched a horror movie after that. It was
Oh
a
my
fuck
gosh.
no.
Oh my gosh, Keisha, I feel terrible
I
because you weren't even like slowly exposed to anything. You just
Nah, nah,
immediately
nah,
went
nah.
straight to the nope, nope, hell nope.
Yeah, yeah.
At such a young age, like that's
Yeah, yeah.
crazy. You were traumatized, low
Yeah.
key.
Oh, yeah, probably. 'Cause I don't remember everything about that day. There's sometimes where I'm like, "Was that a dream that I had?" But I'm like, "No, that was way too fucking real." It like and I don't remember all of it. It's weird. I have
You
I have
blocked it
life
out.
experiences. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, I can remember my dreams. This is something that happened in real life. Cause like yeah, I was terrified.
Oh no.
Absolutely
Second
terrified.
grade is
So
crazy. That is
but,
crazy.
yeah, I didn't watch for a really long time. And even when people put things on, like, my brother was a big, like, horror fan. He loved Chucky and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I refused to watch any of it
Mm-mm.
until a few years ago.
Mm.
I read The Ballad of Black Tom,
Mm.
and what got me about that was, like, knowing that it was a response to Lovecraft, and I
Mm.
had already heard through the grapevine that Lovecraft was a terrible person, so I was like, "Yeah, F this guy," and I
Yeah.
like, literary responses and remixes and reimaginings and stuff like that,
Yeah. That's why
so,
I love the city we became, because it was also a response to Lovecraft as well.
it is, and man. The Ballad of Black Tom by Victor LaValle. If you haven't read it, it is a phenomenal book. I'm actually reading it, self plug real here on every Monday live on Instagram. But it's a phenomenal book. And between that and the tour that Be Too Weird did for Flowers for the Sea,
Mm.
those two books, I read them almost back to back. And that's
Yeah.
when I was like, oh, I can do horror.
Yeah.
And then I started reading more and then
Woo!
realizing that
Flowers for the
yeah.
Sea. Oh my days.
I
Oh my
loved it. It
days.
was so messy.
Oh my days.
It was so messy and so gory. It was Brian's like, "Fuck no."
Right. Yeah. That's I love that it's okay to be like, this is where my limit is at. You know what I mean? I'm good
That's
off of
fair.
that. Yeah.
No, I found that my brain, as vivid as it is, like, I can still kinda, like, censor some things. So, like, I was like, "Oh, I can read this, and this is wonderful. I'm taking it in at my pace." And
Yeah,
so
that's yeah. All right. All right. But I'm glad that you like found your horror bag later in life, and it sounds like you're
yeah.
like very aware of what that range is like for you and what's comfortable for you. Um
Oh, yeah.
I'm so sorry that you got traumatized at such a young age. My I didn't get exposed to like a haunted house, like actors coming at you situation, until I was well in high school. And that was a situation where it was like the people I was with were such they were so goofy and ridiculous and hood that it didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they knew I was
Okay.
scary, so I just stayed in the middle, and it made it funny. You know what I mean? Because they were like,
Okay.
"We're not gonna let
Yeah.
nothing get you." And they were like faking like they were gonna fight, whatever. But there was some really spooky looking stuff. I know for a fact if I had gotten exposed to that type of thing in second grade, I would have been no good. Because I think my first thing, I think my first thing that I got exposed to that was like horror ish, and this is gonna
Mhm.
sound weird, but do you remember that movie It with the
I
clowns and
know of
whatever?
it. Yeah. Yeah. I know of, like, the remake, the newer one.
Between that, now I'm talking about the OG. Between that and like Child's Play and those type of movies, I was very much like a obviously my good sense has hardened as I've gotten older. But when I was younger, I believed in a lot more crazy stuff could happen. And so if it
Mm-hmm.
seemed like, I've always loved vampires. So like I remember, I think my sister and my cousins not really liking like the OG Dracula and like Interview with a Vampire and all those types of things, but I loved them down.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it was just kind of like, I don't know. I really drank the Kool-Aid in terms of vampires being romanticized. I liked that. That was
Yeah.
cool. But
They're very sexy.
other
They're
stuff,
very
yeah. I was like, ooh, this is mysterious, it's giving, whatever. And I also used to really love historical fiction when I was little. So I was like, oh, this is like a cool, like jumping off point into other things. So,
mm-hmm.
but in terms of like bloody, gory, whatever, I remember what was that? Tales from the Crypt, watching that type of thing, and it was like,
Mm-hmm.
this I can do. But when it goes too much further past that, I'm like, no, I'm not good with that. And I pretty much have
Yeah.
maintained that same thing until more recently getting exposed to more black horror. I think Get Out really like
Yes,
did that for a lot of people, honestly. And
it
then
did. It
kind of
really
brought
did.
out other types of horror. So now I'm in a place where it's like, I can deal with a lot of stuff. I would just rather not rock with like body horror, and I'd rather not rock with like, I guess, semi spiritual horror. Cause I'm like,
Mm.
if it seems like it's something that could happen to me for real, I don't need that in the back of my mind. Cause I'm already one of those people that will like go get a midnight snack. You got to turn the kitchen light off before you go. And I'm like
Oh,
looking
and then you
around,
gotta run because it's
run
dark.
to get to, yeah, that's me. So I'm like,
I
no,
do that.
I can't be
Mhm.
having it in the back of my mind that something is about to come out of the darkness and swoop me up or some shit. I just can't do that. So you
Oh,
got to
no,
know
no,
your
no,
limits.
I hope y'all I mean, I feel like that's just a smart thing to do in general, or it's something that most people do and where you're like, as soon as that last light goes off, you kinda gotta, like, book it to the nearest light source to make sure that you're okay. Or
And
maybe
I
that's still
always
my trauma
feel like
talking.
such a whole child after I make it where I'm going safely. I'm like, oh, I'm so silly, but I'm alive.
See?
That's exactly
There's
it.
some
Oh my gosh.
you you never know if it makes sense or if it's true, but at the end of the day, you didn't risk it, and that's all that matters.
Oh my gosh.
But now
LT says, I was shook. Oh, LT says, actually, Parable of the Sower and Parable of the Talents are basically horror novels to me.
well,
I was shook
remember,
while reading them and for a few weeks afterwards.
speculative fiction is genre blending a lot of times. So there are horror elements in a lot of that stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, Octavia didn't play. I know the one that sits solidly in horror for me is Kindred. Like that one made me sick to my stomach. It has horrific elements.
Yeah.
There's some body horror in it. Like
Yeah.
that one and Get Out kind of did the same thing to me mentally. I was uncomfortable.
Ajira
Like,
said, I still haven't watched Get Out yet. Get a buddy.
yeah.
Find
That is
yourself a
not
good
something to watch
movie
by
buddy.
yourself.
Yeah, find yourself a good movie buddy. I will never forget. I waited a bit to watch it because I was like, I don't know. I don't really want to be scared for real. Blah, blah, blah. And then I had a lot of people tell me like, no, it's cool, whatever. Blah, 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 you're gonna like it. And I want to be able to talk with you about it because I want to hear your take, that type of thing. So I finally went to go see it, and I'm one of those. I'm very much an old lady in my movie going tendencies because I'll be like, oh, I'm going to put on a long cardigan and go with my cup of coffee like at the earliest showing so that it's empty and I don't have to deal with other people type shit. So I was in there for that and was very perturbed because there was a couple in there and they chose to come sit in the same row that I was sitting in. So I was very irritated by this. I'm like, the whole rest of the theater is right
All
here,
the
but
theater.
whatever. That's a whole nother story. It's a mixed couple, a black dude and a white woman. And the way that I
Oh,
was like, we did not watch
yeah.
the movie. We did not watch the same movie because and I finally felt like the shift of it because I've gone to the movies and watched horror movies or scary movies with
Mm,
people, and it's always been like a laughing and low-key talking smack about what's happening and why it wouldn't be me and I'm not the one and those type of conversations. And
mhm.
I can see that it was our experience, okay, that it wasn't scary because it wasn't realistic. So to have the script flipped where watching it, I was genuinely like terrified because I'm like,
Terrifying.
oh no, this is hitting entirely too close to home. And to have old
Yep.
girl and her dude like laughing at parts, I was furious.
Wow,
Yes,
really?
yes,
I
laughing
would
at
have
parts.
cussed
I was
somebody
like,
out. I'm sorry. I was on the floor nauseous through a good amount
like,
of Get
wait,
Out.
what do you mean? What is
Yeah,
happening?
I didn't watch it in theaters. I actually
Um,
waited a few years, cause
I was like,
yeah,
we
I
got it.
couldn't.
I had to support it, but I was scary. It took
Nah.
me a minute.
Yeah.
Years is
Horror
crazy,
movies are
Keisha.
different. No, 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 no. Years I'm sorry. Horror movies are different.
Hmm.
I don't have nightmares after reading a horror book. I will
Mm,
have them after watching a movie. And
mm,
so, like, I save all of my horror movies. It's a tradition we do here at the house where,
mhm.
Halloween weekend, we'll watch all the horror movies that my kid wants to watch. And yeah,
Oh,
back to back, just like rip through them. And one of the years, Get Out was one of them. We watched it in the morning. Brie, I was on the floor sick, nauseous. I don't know how y'all watched it in theaters. I don't know how people watched it in mixed company in theaters. Cause the way I would have screamed at everyone,
this is
like,
another reason
bro,
why I
people should
like to
never
go.
laugh.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
like,
I was very much, and was not like trying to keep it to myself either, because I wanted her to see that she was disrupting my experience with her foolishness. And I went,
oh
oh man,
no.
I normally I'm just like, you know what, love who you love. But in that scenario, I was very much like a, look at you, look who you got in the theater with us right now. I was like, I can't believe this. Oh, it messed me up.
You didn't teach or
Okay,
nothing. Like, oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're
oh,
supposed to be okay.
you supposed to be
Putting
having
on
conversations.
right, like, oh, I couldn't. Anywho's there. Ajira said,
Oh,
I get that reading of Parable of the Sowers and Parable of the Talents as horror novels, 100%. Sheena said, I have been in a haunted house where you had to sign a waiver. They put you in a coffin for like 10 minutes and it feels like 2 days. Nope.
no, no.
Absolutely not.
I don't even know why you signed off on that.
I've
Mm-mm.
heard about those. They have them. They had one in Houston and it was multi like levels, and if you made it to the top of the building, you got like $5,000 or something like that, and nobody made it to the top. So that lets you know
Yeah,
that,
that's
you know,
insane. That also reminds me of an SNL skit of David S. Pumpkins. I kind of want to watch it. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is horror, but it's also comedy. I love horror comedies. I think they are amazing. I know a lot of people have issues with them because they're like, the point of horror is to scare you and to like evoke certain emotions. And I'm like, I want to laugh. And so I want to laugh while some zombie is getting his head ripped off.
mhm.
But But in SNL, they have this, yeah, David S. Pumpkins. Sorry, I'm seeing the chat. Like, uh, it's this skit where this guy, David S. Pumpkins, is in one of those haunted houses with multiple levels, and you're going up an elevator. It is stupid and hilarious, but I feel like everybody must watch the skit on YouTube at least once.
Sheena said, "I love The Blackening." I haven't watched that one yet.
It's funny. It's also very uncomfortable. Like it gives you that racialized horror that makes you uncomfortable
It
and
gave me
but
that
it's
from the
also
preview, so I
hilarious.
was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like."
It's also hilarious.
Okay,
You
okay.
might.
Lady Mandalore saying that The Blackening was phenomenal. Okay, I might have to give it a try. I like this tradition that you and your family have, Keisha, of watching all the horror movies. The way that would never
Mhm.
happen with my family, because listen, me and CK, we locked in. He's like, "No, I don't do scary. I don't like scary." Listen, so the people in my neighborhood go all out for Halloween, and some of them
Mm.
do like make their whole porch like a experiential thing, so you have to like go through whatever before you can even get to the front door to get your candy. And I remember
Mhm.
one year these people had this thing and it was like blacked out and it's silent, there's nothing moving, so you're thinking that it's just super black, but then they like flash these lights and they had
No.
one of the people in this like huge, it's like a wolf, like werewolf mask,
Mhm.
but it was like
Mhm.
this big around their head and it went like almost to the ground, and the teeth were like huge, like this long, and they had like blood and stuff coming off of it. And the way that flash happened and we seen that mask and he took off running, and it was black so I couldn't even see which way he went. Was like, we got outside and he was like, "No,
Somebody
I
would have
don't
got
want to trick or
punched.
treat anymore. I don't want to trick or treat anymore." I was like, "You sure, honey, we don't have to go to any more of the scary houses?" He was done, honey. He was like, "Nah, we could go back to the crib and pass out candy because I'm not with none of
Okay.
this."
Screwed him for scaring him like
Right,
that.
like, I
That's
feel
not
like there
cool.
should have been some warning,
There
like
should have been a
age
sign. Yeah.
limit warning or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There should have been some kind, yeah, because that's messed up. You don't just put that on
'Cause you
somebody.
don't know what somebody's experience is, and, like, what if his
Yeah.
reaction had been to, like, punch the dude or
Right.
something, you know what I mean? Like, you don't play like that, so,
Mhm.
yeah. That was, like, some years ago, but he to this day, if he sees that type of in front of that, he's like, "No, we'll go to the next one," and I'm like, "You know what? We here." I understand that. But, yeah, we don't watch, scary things, like that. Like I said, I still rock with, like, vampires and whatever. I don't know, zombie things don't bother me, but, like, other stuff, I'll be like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I don't know about that." Let's
No,
see.
I watch it all. I just don't do religious horror,
Yeah,
like the ones
yeah,
with nuns and stuff, not because I'm
like
religious in any way, but
exorcisms
it's
and
more
whatever.
so yeah, I just don't have an affinity for that.
Yeah, same.
So it's yeah, I think that's the only thing. I like the occult, which is different in my eyes. Like anything dealing with
Yeah, that's
magic
a
and like
separate
demons and
type
stuff.
of,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. LT says, when I watched it in the theater, I was in Baltimore, so it was more of a community experience. Like, and oh Lord, no, they didn't. See, I would have preferred
Yeah,
to have that
yeah.
experience, but by the time that I went to see it, it was already like close to being on its way out of theaters. So, and like I said, I usually go in the mornings, so I wouldn't have been able to have that. I think the only time that I don't do the morning is if I'm looking specifically for that experience. Like, y'all couldn't tell me nothing when when Black Panther came out. I seen it 8 times in theaters. And I made everybody go with me. And I came in with the only African fabric that I have was this like little set from Liberia that the homie got me. I pulled up in the drip opening night, me and my sister. That was the vibes. And then when Wakanda Forever came out, it was the same energy. So like the only time I don't do the early morning situations is apparently for Marvel movies, because the energy in there is
Mhm.
none other. Like, what movie was that? Endgame in theaters
Yeah. Yeah,
that
that was
opening
fantastic.
weekend. Oh my
We pulled our kids
days.
out of school early for that.
Like, what do you mean? Oh, that was top tier.
Yeah,
Absolutely top tier. Low key Wakanda Forever
it
was like
was.
that too. The number of people who cried in the first few minutes of that movie with me, I
Yeah,
was like, yep, we're doing this at least 10 more times. I didn't make it to 10. I only seen
really.
it like 6 or 7 times, but I still was like, oh no, I'm making my impact with the box office here. uh Room Full of Blur says, yeah, 10 minutes in a coffin, that sounds like kidnapping to me. 100%. 10 minutes is
Yeah,
crazy. 10
yeah.
minutes is
Would
crazy.
never. Would never.
LT said, oh no, y'all got the variant vixen waving her finger now. Yeah, we don't play about that. Okay, Room Full of Blurs is with you with the David S. Pumpkins. Now I gotta find this thing and watch it.
Yes, it
Ajira
is hilarious.
says, I can be scared and laugh. Sheena
Little
agrees.
Monsters with what's her name? Inyanga. Oh man, what?
Oh yeah,
She's
yeah.
in Wakanda.
Yeah.
Lupita.
Lupita Nyong'o, yeah. That was a
Yes.
good one.
Like,
That's a
yeah,
funny. I don't see
it was cute.
zombies as scary, so it was just,
This is true.
but I did enjoy
Yeah.
it though.
Or like
BMD,
Warm Bodies, or a
yeah,
lot of those zombie
yeah, in that
movies are
vein,
funny.
yeah, those are pretty
Like
good.
I quote, what's that movie? It's a Zombieland.
Hmm.
Like I was like,
I haven't seen all of
gotta yeah,
Zombieland.
you must.
I'm gonna have to add that
It's
to
a
the
decent
list.
movie.
See, okay, BMD Nerd says, y'all seen Ready or Not? That's probably the only horror/thriller movie I've willingly watched. I have not seen that. I'm not even sure what that
No, I
is, but now
haven't.
I have to look it up because I've appreciated all your other recs. Uh, Bama
Mm-mm.
said, probably watch The Blackening at midnight. Okay, good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
There's
don't watch
all
actually scary movies for real. Like, I have my list of things that I know I'm going to watch, like Hocus Pocus, okay, The Craft, Buffy the Vampire Slayer musical episode, Once More with Feeling, Sleepy Hollow,
mm.
Blackula, not Blackula, Vampire in Brooklyn, um,
Yes.
Queen of the Damned.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I'm feeling it, like Sweeney Todd, because I love a good sing
I
along
love
musical
Sweeney
moment.
Todd.
Yeah.
I quote it all the time when people are like, "Oh, that's so cool." I'm like, "I do what I can for my friends and neighbors."
Yes.
I lo
Practical Magic. Um, I'm trying to think what else is on this list. But yeah, I'm one of the when they
Mm.
announced the 31 days of Halloween, whatever, that's my bag. Okay. It's not horror for real, but it's giving Halloween vibes.
Yeah. Like, heavy horror that is with jump scares
Yeah.
or is so violent. Like, I don't think I'll ever be able to watch Parasite or anything of the sort.
Oh my gosh.
I just
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
a
that's
hard
not.
no for me.
Ajira said,
Even Blade 2.
um, Ajira said, "Oh my God, y'all, we watched Blade at our last Be Too Weird movie night, and I'm still so happy about it. 100%. So like, Be Too Weird, we vote on which Halloweeny movie we're gonna watch, and Blade was a vibe. It's funny to like, because I hadn't watched it in a long time, so it's funny to be like, what things stood the test of time, and what things are like, oh, that made me giggle because it's literally that ridiculous in comparison now." Like
Yeah.
the fight scenes in comparison to now felt like they were like in slow motion, and because there was like for instance there was one scene where it was Blade and this other dude fighting, and they were doing like roundhouse kicks around each other, but it was like a series of like 3 of them, and I'm like, but y'all never even kicked each other, what are we doing? Like, I
Mm.
don't know, that type of thing is funny. Yes, love
Oh,
Wesley Snipes.
Spawn.
Spawn is another good one. Mhm.
Yeah. That is something I watched as a kid regularly. I didn't have an issue with that, but I think it also looked really, I don't wanna say stupid, but it didn't look real. Like, none of it looked
It was
real
also
from the
very
season
early
1.
days. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
time they were doing their thing, but it's very much like a, yeah.
Oh, no,
Roomful of
even
Blur
as a
said
kid.
you had to be there for Endgame, and that's
Yeah.
fact. And Bama agreed.
Endgame was amazing.
Roomful of Blur says Black Panther was the Black experience that year, 100%. And then Wakanda Forever came out and did it too. Yep, a lot of us there on opening day. So much love for Lupita. Bama says Bad Hair is
Yes.
good. I haven't seen that one.
See, Bad Hair feels like a cult, like a cult classic. Like if you were to say, you have a list of these Black horror movies that, racial horror. Bad Hair, I would give it like a B minus. It's
Mhm.
it wanted to do a lot of good things. It fell flat. Or
Mhm.
maybe it's because I had watched Get Out and then I watched Bad Hair immediately after. And so it didn't quite compare.
Mhm.
So maybe that's the issue when I'm talking about horror movies. Please know I watch them all a lot back to back. But like if you talking about watching Black horror movies, like yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's creepy. Just don't get your hair done after it.
Oh, day. Oh, see, no. Roomful of Blur said F
Yeah,
no on Parasite and Human Centipede. Strong
yeah,
agree. LT said a series of roundhouse kicks around each other. Yeah, because it was literally. I want to encourage you all to go watch the first Blade movie, and I know you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's towards the end, and you'll be like, "What we did? What was that? What was that?" And Roomful of Blur says Spawn just felt like a comic book movie, and that's,
exactly. That's
yeah,
probably it.
and that's
That was
okay
probably
because
it.
that's what it was
Yeah,
supposed.
yeah,
It did what it was supposed to do.
exactly.
LT says, y'all don't forget to hit that like button. One time for
Come on,
LT, always holding us
right?
down. Share the live with a friend. Just share it with some random person, even if you think they may not like it, just so that they can get eyes on it one good time. LT said, Tales from the Hood was actually my first horror movie. Saw it in theaters in the 90s as a teenager. I loved it. Clarence Williams the third was amazing. Tales from the Hood did not feel like true horror to me, or not scary horror. Like, I feel like those Tales from the Crypt type of things did not hit that way where it was scary to me for real. You know what I mean?
Mm. See,
Bajira said that was folks doing what they thought was capoeira. Yes, okay. Brazil ponytail.
shout out to
That was
Bob's
100.
Burgers.
That was 100% the energy of that scene. Brazil. Oh my days. I know. We have no good sense. But that was definitely a Bob's Burgers reference, and I'll love you forever for knowing what it was. Yes, Ajira. Ajira said, Brazil! Ponytail. LT said, well, as a Black teenager facing the specter of Black on Black violence, it felt horrific, but very
Mm,
educational at the same time. That's fair. That's 100%
yeah,
fair.
yeah. I want to watch him, the
Mhm.
one, the one that
Yeah.
recently came out with Marlon Wayans and what's his
Yes.
face. I
I've,
really
I've
want to watch that
yeah,
because
same.
like one there's a YA book by Lamar Giles who also writes comics and stuff. He wrote for Milestone, the
Yeah.
DCYA,
Yeah, I got to
and
have
he has a yeah he wrote the Static one,
yeah.
but he has a YA horror called what is it called, Ruin Road, which is about a
Say
football
it again.
player, and he has it's a YA horror called Ruin Road.
Ruin Road. Okay.
And like, yeah, like that one was really good. Like really, really good. I didn't think I would care about a horror book
Hmm.
about a football player. It just
Okay.
I was like, why would I care? But the way I was stressed for this kid like stressed for this child and everything he was dealing with. I was like, man, if a story could get me invested in a sport I do not care about,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. So like I'm hoping I can watch him. I've heard mixed reviews, but I'm still gonna watch it and see how I like it.
Mm.
Oh, another one y'all need to watch. Uh what's it called?
Sheena said, "Tender as the flesh." Keisha.
I love that book so much. So much. And
The
I
way
know
that
it's
they are gathering folks up in the chat is crazy. They're talking about checking IDs and clocking how many likes are on the video and how many people are in the chat is crazy. But I love y'all for doing that. Jira said it's not adding up. Oh my days. Y'all are
yeah.
hilarious. But yeah, I
Tender
think
of the
this
Flesh
year
is an amazing
it's
book.
gonna be a Anne Rice marathon situation. I'm probably going to watch the OG Interview with the Vampire and the new Interview with the Vampire and Queen of the Damned. I'm
Okay.
I'm in the middle about this Talamasca show, and I didn't watch the other show either, the witches one. So I'm like, if anyone in the chat has watched it and you have your thoughts, I'd love to hear your thoughts about that. But yeah, the Interview with the Vampire current series has just really been everything that I needed it to be. So I'm hoping that it keeps that same energy for this upcoming season. Yes,
I'm
Roomful of
so
Blair,
behind.
Fair
I'm so
Witches, I
behind
did
on
not
that
watch.
one.
Oh no. Okay, you listen.
I've
Now is the
already
time.
watched the first season. It's brilliant. I think it's absolutely wonderful. I still need to watch the second season.
It gets even better with the second season.
Period.
Like
I'm gonna
actually.
finish Shira though.
Oh no, the dot for Mayfair Witches. I kind of guessed that low key Roomful of Blurs. That's why I was like, maybe I don't need to watch that. Sheena said Interview with a Vampire, Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yes. Yes. The OG one from like the 90s. Yes. Sheena gets my heart. 100%.
Man, there's a horror movie. It's like a well, it's not
Not
even really
drier
horror.
than
It's
a
a
nun's
psychological thriller.
hoo-ha. Well, you know what?
I
Damn it.
watched one or two of no, I'm probably thinking of another witches
The
show.
Mayfair Witches. That's
What's
crazy.
that one about?
That's the other Anne Rice story that's based off of. I didn't watch that either.
Yeah.
LT
Okay.
said, "Hold up, did y'all see the Tubi show Damascus?" I did not. I haven't even heard of it.
With all due respect, I can't take Tubi seriously. My husband
Literally, I was
watches
like, no.
like Malik
We need more
loves
people.
Tubi and his Tubi shows. And I watched a few episodes of them and I've been cracking up laughing because of the CGI or the plot holes and stuff in some of these Tubi movies, but he loves them with everything in his heart. So I'm like,
Just bring your Kindle with you to movie night. It's okay.
Yeah, so like this year I'm rewatching Squid Games, but that's only because I'm trying to see, and don't argue with me in the chat about this. I'm trying to see where my son's threshold is for horror. He watches a lot
Nobody's
of
gonna
stuff on
argue with that.
YouTube. Yeah. Like he watches
We're
a lot
not
of stuff on
arguing.
YouTube. No, but like these kids, they watch a lot of horror stuff on YouTube, right? Between like that toilet thing and the toilet, I know the name of it, but it's just not clicking right now. And like the Happy Friends, like there's a couple of things that my son really watches, and he's been watching for like a year or two.
Friday Night at Freddy's or whatever.
Yeah, like he watches shorts about it.
Mm.
Yeah, and he watches shorts about Squid Game and stuff. So I'm like, all right, let's do this in a safe space. Let's see just where this is so that I know where the conversations need to go from here on out. Because it's wild to like to treat my son as if he knows nothing when in reality he's like, yeah, so I like body horror, which means that I need to shift my conversations if that's the
Yeah, yeah.
case. You get what I'm saying?
Body horror is
So like,
crazy. So like,
no,
does
that's
he
just
watch
a
like the Saw movies?
no. He hasn't watched any of these movies. He's only
Okay,
watched
because
um
that's where I tapped out. They had like I think when like the seventh one came out, my friend they did
mhm,
like a movie marathon at the movies, and I got
mhm.
peer pressured into going to that, and that is like hard stop. I don't need to see all of that. And it's even worse because it's something that could feasibly happen if a serial killer decided to put in all of the work to like actually trap people or whatever. It's a game
Mhm.
I'm not trying to play. Ajira
Fair.
says, between my work and the world, I'm covered in the horrors that humanity seems to delight in. That's fair.
Oh, that is a conversation how some people and their horror is just
Yeah.
is too excited about the violence. Too
Yeah,
excited. I
that's
want
another piece too where it's like that's
yeah.
why the body horror piece is kind of like, what do you mean? Because
As long as there's some kind of social commentary to it, I'm
yeah,
alright. I feel like
yeah.
I can handle whatever horror as long as I understand the social horrors. If you're just being violent and this grossly violent for shock and value just for shits and giggles, I can't. I can't. That's not my ministry.
Sheena said, I love watching Young Frankenstein. And they are talking about nuns hoo-haws in the chat. Goodness gracious. LT said, no, it was filmed and funded on AMC, so the quality is there, but they wrote it off, and then Tubi got it. Okay, so you got to lead with that, LT.
Yeah.
If it's not like an actual Tubi production, they just kind of got it after the fact. That's a little different. Roomful of Blur says, Train to Busan is my jam. Haven't seen that.
I only know about that movie because it's a reference in Elementary.
Period. Okay. They have a Halloween episode that I have to watch because I seen a reel of the principal dressed up like Darth Maul. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Darth Vader. Roomful of Blur says Five Nights at Freddy's. Correct. LT says it has Martin Lawrence, Lynn Whitfield, and Janet Hubert in it.
Oh, dope.
Why are y'all in here really deeply talking about nuns hoo-haws?
Oh, that's what that comment was? I want moist and
Listen,
well
yeah,
watered.
it's okay, y'all really getting in there. Jira says we don't talk enough about nuns hoo-haws.
I can't.
Roomful of Blurred says, I mean, truly. You know what? I'm gonna let y'all have that conversation in the chat. We have recommendations.
Yeah.
Comic/graphic novel that are within the Halloween vibes, not necessarily all horror, because we realize that there is like a spectrum of experience and tolerance and preference. So we wanted there to
Yes,
be
yeah.
a little something for everybody. And I need y'all to know that I love y'all. And this is how y'all know this, because I almost fell to my death trying to get to, okay, y'all get to see some of the chaos. Do you see that empty space? That row of graphic novels is all in these like acrylic pull-out drawers. And that one is missing because I fell trying to get it down. And I was like, it's going to stay right where it's at. But that's the dedication that I had to get this stack together. So make sure that you ooh and ah in the comments, okay?
Right. Oh, Reformatory is fantastic. Easily
Yeah.
one of
Oh
the best
my god.
books you'll ever read.
Reformatory is not like scary, like hide in the
Yeah.
dark scary, but I cried reading that book because it's based on the real life experience of one of Tananarivedu's family members. And the fact that places like those establishments were around
Yeah.
into the 2000s is crazy. Because what do you mean?
Yeah.
So that's like another one of those situations where it's like Black horror is having a different conversation.
Yeah.
Usually. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's
It's
not like
always yeah.
gratuitous or fluff or throwaway. There's some deeper conversation happening usually,
Yeah.
which makes it something that is easier for me to get into. I don't know if I'm saying
Yeah.
that the right way. What were your thoughts about
Don't
the Reformatory?
I loved it. There is a care in the Reformatory. Like you can tell Tananarive worked very hard to balance the story, the horrors of that story with genuine relationships, with some levity, some remembering that these are kids and still having those kind of like interactions. Like I think she brilliantly balanced a lot of things in that book. Like you said, it's not horrific in the way where you walk away from it terrified. There are elements to it. There are certain scenes that will like turn your stomach, but for the most part, you're gonna end up being invested in those characters in that little boy making it out.
Yeah.
And
And then you're
I
going to
felt
promptly go down a rabbit hole about these actual places.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I
And
ended
that's
up
where it's really
falling in
scary.
love. Yeah. I
Yeah.
ended up falling in love with not falling in love with, but just thinking like how brilliant Tananarive was in creating that villain, like the
Yeah.
guy who's in charge of the reformatory. That
Yeah.
was a brilliant villain that she created in him, and like you're going to love that book, no matter. You're going to love it. Just like there is nothing else to say about it. The reformatory is a masterpiece.
100%.
Eh,
And then you're
But
going to
yeah.
get mad and angry and cry when you go down the deep dive after you read the book about, because
For sure.
your thought is like, how is this even a thing? How is this even true? And then when you find out the sheer number of them that existed and how long they existed and all of the story, like the scariest part about the reformatory is learning that it's not a unique story, in that how many horrors did we not hear about, and how is it, I think it came out 2023 or 2024.
Yeah.
If somewhere around there. How are we just now finding out about places like this? You know what I mean? That was the scariest part about it. Ajira said, don't get a concussion on our account, friend. The way that I tried to tuck and roll, no concussion, but I definitely will have a bruise on my side tomorrow, 100%. Roomful of Blur says, side note, welcome to Derry is quite a lot, but I'm pleasantly surprised. Y'all, if you haven't checked out Roomful of Blurs and New Blurred Order and all of their shenanigans talking about shows, I tried to hang with these guys, and these fools had me watching Alien Earth and told me it wasn't body horror for real. Oh my gosh, I was lied to and bamboozled. So now I'm low-key afraid of their wrecks, but they're hella funny and entertaining. So if you're into movies and shows and nerd culture, definitely check them out. We hold it down for them because they hold it down for us. Ajira said, just tell us a title and we'll find a pick online. Bama said, Night of Living Deadpool. Is that your rec? Okay, I'm here for it. Roomful of Blur said, not putting your life on the line for the books. Listen, okay, that's exactly what happened. It's a little ridiculous. LT said, the most beautiful bookshelf I've ever seen, Vixen. Thank you.
This is true.
It's not even its final form, guys. We're working on ways to make it better, and so I can get some of these books off the floor. Sheena said, Roomful of Blurs, my mouth hung open more than half the show. LOL, the opening. Oh my gosh. Am I going to have to watch this Derry Street show? Yay. Thank you for the love on the bookshelves. Ajira said, like, I'm not ignorant about the violence in our past and present, but there's always more, and I'm tired. I feel that so much.
Yeah.
Ajira said, we could be on the beach eating mangoes, and we choose this. Big sames. Run up the mangoes.
Honestly, because we must remember. We must remember.
We must. Jana agrees the reformatory is extraordinary.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, jealous.
Right. Jana said, my one true book flex is that I got the arc of that at SDCC one year. Okay, period. I got my copy signed at a book event in Oakland. Very peak. Okay, yeah, it did come out Halloween 2023. LT said, you're gonna love me. Referencing Keisha saying we're going to love the reformatory. And you will. You're going to cry, but you're going to love it.
You will. You absolutely will.
Roomful of Blur said, okay, now wait, I wouldn't have lied about Alien Earth. It wasn't you. Let me clarify. Kira didn't do it, but I definitely got bamboozled. And I still haven't finished it. And mind y'all, the show is hella interesting. It's so good. There's just so much happening. And I had to like watch a lot of it through my fingers. Because I was like, what do you mean? Okay, let's get into these recs, guys.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Ooh. How many do you have?
So do you want to just like go 1 and 1?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, back and forth. That's cool. Okay, so my first one is funny. I literally just took the plastic off of this as we were talking. Because it's one, and it's one that I bought a while ago. And so it's dark academia. It's not super scary vibes, okay? Mm-hmm. But it's like a bunch of kids are at college and some like kind of creepy things happen. Their principal is like undead. So it's giving like slightly scarier than Scooby-Doo vibes. And the art style is pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continues the creepiness.
Right. And this is the library edition, so they have like paperbacks and whatever if you want to rock with that. But this one was just so pretty.
Yeah.
And apparently I had never opened it because it was on a top shelf book because it's oversized.
I was just thinking that. Kira said, is it like Monster High?
I would put it a little older than that.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it as young as Monster High.
A little creepier. Okay.
Yeah, definitely creepier.
Okay.
So that's my first.
I can stick with horror comedy, something light. And I mean, I always talk about Farmhand anyway. This one is about a farmer, Jedediah. He is, growing body parts, and whatever is infecting him and his, area is also infecting the community. And then after a couple volumes, it's affecting everyone. It is funny, but also very, very, very creepy. And the artwork is very similar. I mean, he did the artwork for Chew.
Mm.
So, like, if you like that art style, it's in here too. It is done really, really well. So yeah, that's one of two cute horror or paranormal or things I got. That's about it.
I'm just calling everything Halloween vibes at this point.
All right.
One that I'm pretty sure is on your list too. Something is killing the children.
Yes.
I feel like, well, something is
I
killing the
love
children.
something that's killing the children.
I feel like most of you guys know what this is, but it's creepy suspense. Gets pretty bloody.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
love the premise of it.
yeah.
What kids are making these horrific ass monsters, and these monsters are going to town on every man. It's great.
And that's a longer running one. So like if you're into, you know, if you want to have volumes to keep going, and this series has a lot of like sub series
Spin-offs,
that talk about
yeah.
the different like groups of
Houses.
people. Yeah, the different. So if you haven't dipped your
Yeah.
toe into that world, definitely.
It's great.
Yes. Okay, Roomful of Blurred says, have y'all read Cul-de-sac? I have. That was in my first 3 then C stack. So I'm waiting. I haven't read it yet, but it definitely I was like, oh, it's blackety black, so I'm a pre-order, but I haven't read it yet. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, no spoilers. Okay, what's your next one, Keisha?
My next one, let's start with Bottom Feeders.
Hey.
Yeah, by Ezra Clayton Daniels and Ben Passmore. So this one is about this neighborhood in Chicago that's being gentrified. There's this very creepy building, and people this one girl, she moves in. There is something in the walls of this apartment building that is sucking the life out of everyone in there. There is brilliant commentary about gentrification in here. It is, this does have body horror. It does have body horror now that I think about it. But the color in here, the way they use color, how some of the panels are yellow, they're purple, and it like the color story in here is just absolutely phenomenal. Y'all, if you get you probably won't like this because there is body horror. It's not like extreme.
And that didn't bother me. The way that it was done was not too gory for me. Yeah.
But this one was very good.
I should also specify like gory in comics doesn't hit me the same way as it does in movies. Because
there's something different about movies.
Yeah, it just hits different. Like the squish is what gets me, I think. But like because I remember, like, y'all know I will scream from the hilltops about Monstrous Forever, and somebody was asking me about
that
content
does have
warning,
body horror,
and I was like, and they were like, that is a very bloody book, and I was like, oh, I guess you're right, huh? But it doesn't hit the same for me comics, so
you're right, because I don't look at Monstrous like it's a I don't see it as that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's yours next? What's your next one?
Okay. Next, I have some that I have to get to, but they're in my spooky group. So I have Dark Blood.
Yes, I like that one.
I have Hex Wives.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. And I also have Nick Nevin and the Bloody Queen.
Oh, I've never heard of that one before.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I have no idea. I just seen that it's a humanoids title, and the protagonist is a black woman. So it's in my library.
Okay. All right.
Period.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are some that I haven't read
Well,
yet. But I was like, they deserve to be in the stack.
what do I have? This one is a manga, but it doesn't read, and it reads like an American comic from left to right, not right to left. And this is
Mhm.
The Abandoned by Ross Campbell. Um, I know that this has zombies in it. Um, basically, it's this main character Riley. Um, she is like trying to get with her love interest Naomi, but then there is this massive zombie outbreak, so they're all trying to make it to safety, and everything that could happen happens, from folks getting bitten in the group and then them having to like try to put that person down. Like it's a very violent, very gory comic, but I enjoyed everything about it, because at the end of the day you do not get a happy ending. It's just, we actually went through a zombie apocalypse. What happened, leave me the fuck alone. So like and that's what happens in this one. I enjoyed it very much.
Period. And let's see what else. I feel like you probably have all of these on your stack too. Um, we have Devour.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
We've
That one is,
got Nita Ha's Nightmare Blog.
yep. Yep. I have mine sitting here too.
Period. Philadelphia.
Yep.
Vampires.
Oh, what volume is that?
It's volume book. This is book 2.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
But
oh wait, there's a different one. I want it.
no, it's book 1 and book 2.
Okay. Yep.
And
Basically,
then
all of Rodney Barnes' work we can just like sit right
yeah, just
here.
set it right on over there. And I also got the Lolo Woods.
Oh right, I've heard of that, and I've seen that cover before.
And let's see.
Oh, hey Raven. Raven says I have Nita Halls, but I'm scared to read it.
Get into
No.
it. Hey, Raven.
Yeah, you should read it. It's not as, no, I'm sorry. I don't, now that we've talked about monstrous, I don't know where my threshold sits compared to most.
Yeah, you got to
But
be honest.
but it's good. I enjoyed it very, very, very much.
Yeah.
And she's a HBCU professor.
Yeah.
Basilisk was my until the pacing is so slow after issue 6, but the premise of the book is so good.
Yeah.
So good.
And then let's see, what do we got? And then I got a bunch of vampire stuff. So I got Sacred 6.
Okay.
I
What's
got
that?
Blood Hunt.
This is true. I was looking at that and I was like, should I? But nah, you said vampires.
I got Anita Blake, Vampire Hunter, Guilty Pleasures.
So they made it into a graphic novel. That's dope.
It did. Not all of the books, obviously. It stopped after like the first couple of books, and I just grabbed the first one, but y'all know I'm obsessed with Laurel K. Hamilton's Anita Blake series,
Mm,
so that was a must. And then a fun one. This was a Kickstarter, Black and Bloody zine anthology.
that's the one by the Black Comics, the Black Indie Comics group, right?
Yeah, Black Indie
That is
Comics.
so dope. Yeah.
And it was cool because it came with, look at that, like, come on, it's anthology style,
That's cute.
and it came with a sticker.
That is super cute.
I was like, this came in just in time for Halloween.
They probably
But
timed it like that too.
yeah, perfect. I'm sorry, I've just been going. What do you have? Do you?
Oh no, you good.
Okay, another
So
vampire one is Carmilla.
by Amy Chu, what's that one?
Haven't read this one, and
Okay.
I'm like, I feel like there's a lot of different interpretations of Carmilla, so I'm excited to get into this one. And this is just volume one.
Okay.
There's actually 3 volumes of it out now, so I'm like, well, let me catch up and get my shit together.
Okay. What can I? Okay. So one, I'm gonna talk about all my Frankenstein adaptations
Period.
because was it last year, the year before? Basically, no, it was last year. Last year, I had a Frankenstein project where I read Frankenstein, the original text, and then I found all of the different adaptations that I could possibly find in both novels and comics written by Black and Brown authors. And
Mhm,
that I feel like people should do that,
mhm,
read an original text and then find new adaptations for it. I love doing that. And
mhm,
so these 3 were comics and mangas that I read for it. So we have the Junji Ito Frankenstein, which just as creepy,
mhm.
just as fantastic.
Period.
Freaking love this one. Um, we have Victor Laval's Destroyer. Um, and this one centers a black mom, uh, who is, I guess, Frankenstein, and then her son, who is, the quote unquote monster. And there's like this high tech futuristic element to it with nanotechnology.
Mhm.
Um, I enjoyed this one quite a bit. Once again, I always say that I love the way Victor Laval writes black family dynamics in his works, and that one was done really, really well.
Nice.
But my favorite out of all of them is M for Monster.
Oh,
It's
I got that
sapphic.
one.
Yeah, it's a sapphic version. It's 2 sisters, and she like tries to bring her sister back, but instead, she brings to life this character M, and M is trying to figure out her humanity while also like figuring out like dealing with this sister bond and stuff like that. This is a hold on. Is this the sapphic one? I forget. My bad. I'm not entirely sure, but I know that these 2 are sisters and they're trying to deal with the accident that dealt with her death and stuff like that. Um the artwork, like it all is in this coloring, which adds like that air of creepiness, but then the art kind of like, you know, makes it a little happier, a little not so
Lighthearted,
creepy.
more lighthearted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now that I'm looking at it, as you know, like Abrams comics, their hardcovers are usually like freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
This one is so detailed. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but on the cover, it has like a bunch of science materials, lab materials on it, drawn. It is quite stunning book. But yeah,
Mhm.
M for Monster. This one, John Jennings actually recommended it to me, and I did not think I was gonna like it as much as I did.
That's fair.
Being honest.
That's totally
What
fair.
else? We have Abbott, which is an amazing occult horror type book, and bisexual woman, badass. I enjoyed this one. And then, oh my goodness, I actually have quite a bit. My bad.
No, I still have some
um,
too. I realized I went on
okay.
for a bit, so I was letting you do some too.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I have You Promised Me Darkness. This is a really cool
mm,
one. It's all in like black and white, which makes it feel a little more creepy. And y'all know I normally don't like a black and white situation, but this doesn't seem basic in that way. It just makes it seem more grunge and kind of creepy. But basically, it's like all of these people, Haley's Comet that comes across the earth so often, every so often it has a different path, and whenever that happens, people are born with power, so it's giving like heroes types of vibes. And
mm,
but there's some people who have, they call them auras, and there's two people who have auras that are being haunted by this being that eats auras and like builds its power from eating auras. So like you come across all of these people who have the different aura powers, and so that kind of adds to the like fun of the story, and the characters are really well done. But then you have this like creepy element of these two being haunted the whole time. So yeah, this is a good one.
yeah.
What else did I grab? I grabbed House of Lost Horizons just because it was another a little lighter one, not like super scary, but it's giving the same type of Halloween vibes to me. And what else do I have in this stack? And then the lightest of them, I have my Simpsons Treehouse of Horror books because they're mostly fun energy, but they're also hilarious, and they're all anthology style, and it collects all of them, all of the Treehouse of Horror books together.
Yo, Abrams does their thing with those
They
covers,
really do. All of these
especially.
covers glow in the dark too, because these are the
Yeah,
one time for my friends at Abrams, because yeah, they hooked me up with this all of these as they were coming out.
that is dope.
Yeah.
Oh, man, what else? Okay. I have one of my favorite books. Let's see if I can
Nightcrawler.
remember.
Night
Yeah,
Eaters.
the Night Eaters, and this is done by the same team as Monstrous. Marjorie Liu is Asana Takeda or Takeda. I forget how to pronounce it, but basically we have a family with a set of twins. And they are living in this house, and there's this house across the street that's kind of like empty and stuff, and uh the mom forces them to help clean up, and there's something living in that house,
Mm-hmm.
and you spend the book figuring out the mom's connection to all of that, and then figuring out where the kids connection to that as well. And so I love this one. The art style is kind of similar to Monstrous, not as detailed, but you clearly see it's the same art style
Yeah.
and done by the same artist. Let me show y'all since I'm talking about it. And what's really cool is like the black paneling.
Yeah.
Like the black gutters and stuff
It
like that.
makes it more
Just
very
adds,
brooding.
yeah. Yeah. I really enjoyed this one. And so there's like 3 volumes of it so far. I've only read the first one, and I finally got the second one, so I'm gonna be reading that shortly when I have more time. um, what else? One of my first, one of the first comics that I intentionally read that was a horror was this one, After the Rain. This one is an adaptation by John Jennings, but it's based off of a short story by Nnedi Okorafor. And this was the first time. This one does have body horror in it. Um, this was the first time where I read a horror comic and was like, oh yeah, I can intentionally read this and be good, because I loved everything about it. I don't know how other people feel about this comic, but I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved all of it. Like there's something about Jennings' art style that really speaks to me, and just how bold and heavy the lines is. Like it just, everything about this was so brilliant. Wait, hold on. John wrote this. My bad. David Brown. I always get the two of them and their art
Their
styles
art styles
confused.
are very similar. Yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah.
But like this one, if you guys can see it, it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, what's another one? I am in the middle of, not to like be like John Jennings, because like he writes a lot of horror, okay? And I read horror comics. So
Mhm.
like I am halfway through the Blue Hand Mojo, which I think is really interesting. I started reading this one because I noticed that the setting was Bronzeville, Chicago, which is the same setting as another comic, Roots of Madness. And so it's just interesting that these two horror comics are happening uh within like 30 years of each other. So I found that really cool. So I was like, let me pick this up, because I'm enjoying this little, area of Chicago right
Yeah.
now. Yeah. So this one we have the main character. He in Blue Hand Mojo, he only has half of his soul. And that's because he sold the other half to the devil, or Brother Scratch. And he now works for the devil in a lot of ways. And his partner, or someone who he lives with that he thinks he may love or whatever, is this black woman who's a root worker, but she uses her abilities to create a potion that keeps him on this, earthly plane, but also she uses it to pass for as white, to work
Mhm.
jobs that white women can work. I find this very interesting. It seems like it's all over the place, but it's making a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Very excited about it. Like the style and how they choose to like write the story bubbles and stuff like that is really cool, because sometimes it just looks like script, and then other times it just looks like a regular comic. So I like the experimenting in it so far.
Nice.
And then
One I didn't grab because I figured it would be in your stack, and while it's not necessarily full on horror, definitely to me still gives Halloween vibes, and obviously we both love it, is Bitterroot.
yeah, I didn't put that in mine either, because I feel like a lot of people know about Bitterroot.
That's true.
And like,
That's fair.
yeah, it deals with monsters and demons. Like it's horror. It
Yeah.
like, in the best of ways. I do have another comic that I always recommend with Bitterroot, and it's like Bitterroot to the extreme. I always recommend Bitterroot, Box of Bones, and then the short, like the novella,
Ring shout.
Ring Shout. I always recommend those as a trio together. I feel like, after you've thoroughly traumatized yourself, you can go, oh my goodness, these three books are having like an amazing conversation with one another.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So, Box of Bones, I would love to open up this and show you what the art is, but I'm truly afraid of what page I'm gonna end up on it, because um there's a lot happening in these books. And I don't, you gotta enter with caution. This
Yeah.
is like the extreme for racial horror. There are some things in here that will unsettle you, but that is
Yeah.
the whole purpose of it. And I want more people to read it. So,
I would
not
put
gonna open it.
you don't put I would put The Monsters We Defy by Leslie Penelope in that same conversation
Mm,
too, just on the lighter end of it.
yeah. On the very lighter end of it, yeah, I can see that happening. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And
But
Jer said what book is that? Is Box of Bones,
so
right?
this is Box of Bones. This is volume 1. And then volume 2. Volume 2 operates more like a group of interconnected short stories. Actually, they both do, but this one I feel like is more um, you know, more connected. But yeah. Let me Okay, I feel like this is just shocking enough, but
My
let you
God.
know this is not the most shocking thing you will see. There's a lot of mixed media in here, which I love, but it also just adds to just where your emotions will be while reading this. And if you notice, I'm halfway in the book because I remember very clearly the first few pages of this book is a lot. So that's all I have, because if I pulled anything else off my shelves, I'd have a lot more to put back up, and I don't feel like doing that.
That's fair, 100%. The way that after my tumble, I was like, this is all they're gonna get.
Mm,
But the last thing that I have in my stack is The Dark Room. So I pulled this one because it's a fantasy horror comedy. It's like it's like Constantine, Buffy the Vampire type of vibes. So
mhm.
this person like is has like all of these cursed like magical type items, and they end up going on this crazy romp trying to find this photo of the true face of evil. And it comes across it. I want to show a very specific page because it's one of the things that I love about it. The like range of fantasy, horror, and comedy is married really well. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to show. I don't want to give spoilers, sorry. Yeah, there's a range of all kinds of crazy stuff happening in it, but I love the art style.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think we did a good job of showing a range of things. Oh, the other thing I wanted to show, but it's on one of the lower shelves where I have to move everything to get to it, was Ghost Roast, because that's like super cutesy. There
I
you
did have
go.
that here.
I knew you would have it. The
Yeah.
super cutesy ghost story. Also like written by Black women, and it's more of a family story than anything. There just happens to be ghosts in it. So it's not
Yeah.
scary at all. But yeah, I think we
At
did a
all.
good
It's
job of
very, very cute.
range. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Ghost
You
Roast
must
is
read
cute.
Ghost Roast.
Definitely read it. Yeah.
It is a
Period.
brilliant comic. Brilliantly done. Those sisters are so talented. Chanel and Shanae.
Yeah.
Like
And the art,
the Gibbs
the
sisters.
woman who
Yeah.
did the art too is very stylized and cutesy and feels like a warm hug.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You see?
exactly.
Oh, so cute. I'm like, I
So
know there's more.
oh, 100%. There's more, and I feel like as soon as I put my list together, I was like, "Oh wait, where is?" And I know I have, and then I like that. That was literally the
Mhm.
energy. But we didn't want to give you homework. We just wanted to give you some good recs to like keep the energy going, because you don't have to just read, the Halloween-ish vibes during Halloween. I hope you keep the energy going throughout the rest of the year. Let us know in the comments if you would add anything to our recs, or if there's any particular recs of ours that you're gonna go look for at your local library or add to your own personal library. If you do decide to do that, find a local comic book shop and support them, preferably over the Zon or whoever, because more than ever, it's important to support your local indie bookstores because they are quite literally under attack right now. We really appreciate you guys for coming through and sharing the Halloween vibes with us and all of the funny stories about our introductions to horror. Raven said, y'all gonna drop a written list anywhere? You know, that's an excellent idea. Yeah, we'll compile our lists and drop them on the Pink Riot socials sometime within the next couple days. Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. So we'll drop it in the Patreon first, I guess. Keisha has to remind me that that's what we're supposed to be doing. So yeah, if you haven't already, like, share, comment, follow, subscribe on all US platforms, and scoot skedaddle on over to the link in our Pink Riot bio, because you can sign up for our Patreon for free, and then you'll have access to this glorious list. There is a free tier, and obviously the higher tiers you go up, the more access you have to us and influence you have on what we do in the show. It also ankle. Yes, all of the things. All of the, oh my god. Why are you like this? If you like today's episode, make sure that you scroll up or down and check out another one, because those streams really help us. You could either watch it or just let that thing run in the background, because either way the streams help us. Share an episode with someone so that they check it out, because we would love to get more eyes on the show so we can keep doing what we love. If watching it maybe isn't your bag, then you can check us out on Spotify, because we're definitely a podcast, all of the podcast vibes, so you can listen. We're getting better about being more descriptive of what we're doing so that it's enjoyable on either platform. And if you haven't noticed, we're both rocking that omnibusy merch. So if you're a fellow book sniffer and you love the smell of an omnibus, I feel like you should share that with the people around you with pride and run and go cop that merch. Pick up a shirt. It comes in lots of fun colors. I'm wearing the turquoise. Keisha's rocking the gray. It comes in like 4 or 5 other colors. So if these aren't your bag, you will find your bag. There's plenty of other merch options as well. And if you take a look at them, some of them you can like specialize with your name or other images. So you can wear your comic book blurred pride literally on your sleeve. Yeah, all of the things. So if you like what you see and you want to come kick it with us again sometime soon, guess what? We're going to be at the same damn place at the same damn time, because we don't take weeks off, because we love y'all and we love what we do. Bye.
Later. I definitely found more. All right. How many variants are there?
11.
Damn. Go ahead. No.